takes off the pressure of like what the hell
Exactly.
going on.
Then I'll put pressure on you.
Huh?
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 Yeah.
No God.
It's been too long, Lewis.
Oh, Lord. Well,
You're recording, by the way.
oh,
Oh!
recording. Oh, right. Well, so much for like. All right. Well,
Do you want to do a false introduction?
all right. Well,
We want to be
which camera am I looking at? I'm looking at that camera.
That one. Isn't it?
All right. Well,
No, because basically what I usually say is, "Hi everyone, welcome to the Juan and Patrick show" without Patrick. For now. But you could just be like, "Welcome to Juan and Lewis show" instead.
okay.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
You want to go for it?
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So, good morning.
More energy. It's not morning.
No, let me finish.
I
bro.
know.
Let me finish. All right. I know.
No, here we
All
go.
right, listen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to the Juan and Lewis show. See?
I love it. You totally took that from a movie, The Truman Show. I know my references. Don't try this on me.
God damn it.
Welcome, everyone. We got someone special here today. This is like, I wouldn't say you're my oldest friend.
Damn, yeah.
You're the only friend with a Viking beard. There you go. Oh,
There
so
we go.
freaking jealous of that. Lewis,
How you doing?
let me give you a handshake first of all, man. This man taught me how to be a man when I wasn't a man. You see that handshake?
Yeah, she the shaking
It
that.
actually is a handshake.
It is.
But nah. On the reals, you did teach me how to become fit.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. I remember the first journey and the first encounter that we had when we were in Fight for Change. Actually.
Oh, I was about to question you on that. I was like, really? How good is your memory?
No. My memory is good. When it comes down to Fight for Change days, those are the days that I'll never, ever forget because that's how everything began for me, to be honest. And
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, now that we're in that topic straight away, actually, it's like Fight for Change is something that I will always big up to day on end. That community gym is what brought a lot of people out from the streets and just brought a massive community together, and they're the real reason of they're the real definition of what a community should be, you know? So, like I said, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met the people within that boxing community. And to be honest, I wouldn't be here without the actual startup of the community itself.
That's like your foundational.
That is
kind
my
of pivot
foundation,
point.
man. And I'll be proud to say that as well.
Let me backtrack here a little bit, just to get a little bit more concept
All right.
of you,
Okay.
Mr. Colombian man. If you didn't know, he's actually Colombian, right?
A lot of people can't tell. Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't know where I'm from. I ask, like, people, where are you from? I can't put my finger in. I'm like, yeah, take a guess.
Do a little Spanish for me.
A little Spanish.
Yeah. What do you know?
Pues, lo normal.
Ooh.
Lo normal. Si usted me pregunta algo, pues también le puedo
See
hablar.
you going right. Se le cambió un
yeah,
poquito
yeah.
rojo ahí.
Un poquito
¿eh?
rojo porque mi español no es tan... A comparación del inglés, no es muy fuerte. Pero
I hear you, bro.
a veces se me mezclan los
dos.
lenguajes. Entonces...
Don't worry, we can switch back there.
Okay, good. I was gonna be like, if we're gonna do this whole thing, in Spanish,
bruv,
what-
don't put me in that. No. last podcast, I was like that, man. I was just
Mate,
like, oh,
that
that little one.
shakes me, man. When you put me on the spotlight, I'm like, oh god damn, all right.
Alright, let me get back to topic though. Just to backtrack, man, because you started this fitness pretty much journey from what age? And give me the backstory here, man.
What age?
Yeah, man. Like, what even got you into this? Like,
To be honest, thankfully my parents put me into sports from like day one. Like for example, my dad, he was back in his days, he used to be a footballer himself in Colombia, and he's a very massive fan of football. So the moment we had that father and son kind of type of connection, he was like, okay, I'm going to put you into football. And that's the first sport he ever put me into, right?
how was you?
Huh?
How was you?
Oh, mate, I was...
I had the same story too.
Wait. I had my two left feet moments, man. It was crazy. Then some people say I was quite decent, but I was like one of them one-hit wonder footballers. Man.
Oh.
Sometimes I'll do good in one match. Sometimes I'll mess up the whole thing. And
Oh, you striking?
I was defending.
Oh, you hear me?
I was defending, man. That's what I could do.
You know
So
why? You sit back and chill.
That's it. And plus, I didn't do a lot of running, so
Exactly.
boy, I'm not a fast-paced type of guy, man. So yeah. So my dad put me into football. My mum put me in like swimming, badminton, tennis.
Yeah.
Like all these random sports. They just wanted to see me active, you know. And out of all the sports, they didn't expect me to be in boxing.
Yeah.
It was very funny because back in secondary school from year 7 till, let's say, till year 8, starting year 9, I got bullied a lot. I
Oh,
bullied
for
a lot.
reals?
Yeah. I got bullied a lot. So I right first,
Whoa.
the first story. First,
There we go.
This
Story
is actually quite funny now that I tell you. I told my girlfriend about this as well.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. No. So basically, let's say the first opening day of the school, we was in the playground, and everyone was just getting to know each other. All the year groups from year 7 till year 7 and year 8, they're all in one playground. And the first thing that happened to me, long story short, someone threw a stone at my head.
Oh,
Yeah, and that was my first day at school, and then obviously the teacher came in. Is like, okay, obviously made sure that I was okay. My head was actually bleeding, and then he decided to announce it to the whole year group. He's like, this is not how we start the school. Whoever threw the stone, you're gonna be in trouble. This and that. But everybody just knew who I was from the get go because someone threw a stone at my head. Right?
what did they call you?
Thankfully, they didn't call me no nicknames, but like they just like, okay, that's the kid that
Got a fruit.
got a stone. First day of school, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I think I was very pampered as a child because I was the only child. I was very pampered, so I wasn't that tough. So when I got a stone thrown on my head, I forgot to say that I actually cried. I was crying in front of the whole people, and obviously people were like, all right, this kid is a bit soft. So they thought, okay, maybe, yeah. Some of them felt sorry. Some of them just thought, all right, this kid is the one who's gonna pick on him. Yeah. So from then on, they just like stole my lunch money. Then you know when we had the big jet, the backpack jet.
Those.
Yeah, man. Obviously not my same year. Let's say people from year 9, year 10.
Yeah. You used to grab him.
You grabbed them, dragged me down, and yeah, it was just like it was a long year of like just being picked on. So obviously. My parents saw that I came home, like, let's say, bruised up. And obviously, as a parent, they're like, oh, this can't happen, this and this and that. They went to the school. The school tried to do their own discipline thing, but obviously, it's not going to work. It makes things worse if you snitch and all that. So, next thing you know...
Makes school sound like a prison right now.
No, you know what? In that generation, it felt like a prison, to be honest. Right now, I feel like...
Wait, what school was this?
St. Joseph's College.
Okay.
Yeah. But I kid you not, after that, it got better. So, obviously, that was just the first couple of years where it was just maniac. It was a lot of school wars and all of that. So, as that was going on, there was an after-school club. And the after-school club, surprisingly and thankfully, it was a boxing after-school club. So, obviously, me and my other friends were like, oh, you know what? Let's get in. Let's try it out. Like, what's there to lose, you know? And in my head, I was like, I do want to learn how to defend myself, and I would like to toughen up a little bit. So I went in, and there was this retired heavyweight boxer. I can't remember the name of him, but he was like super, like a massive, let's say, catalyst in this whole thing, right? And we did the session. I did my best, and he came up to me, even if it was like just to big everyone up. He came up to me, he just said, you know what, you've got a knack for this. Why don't you continue this? Like, why don't you keep continuing this? Because you actually have some talent for this. And just those couple words of just someone else saying that, okay, I believe in you, like you can do something. It kind of made me like, all right, it kind of made me have a little bit of butterflies, and I was just like, all right, cool. Like it felt good to be validated by someone else that's like, let's say, great in my eyes, right? And the moment he said that to me as a youngster, I was like, okay, well, I would like to continue this. Unfortunately, the after-school classes of boxing just cancelled, maybe because they didn't have enough funding or they just didn't have enough funding to continue the program. And then one of my boys, I'm not sure if you remember Joseph.
Maybe.
Joseph and... right, well, let's say...
Joseph,
right? One of my other boys, he came into me and he said he discovered the fight for changed him, and then I was like to him, listen, like, I don't have money. It's obviously martial arts in itself is already expensive. My parents can't afford it, and it's going to be quite hard. And he said, no, like, get this, it's free.
It's community.
Like, whoa. I was like, well, if it's free, let's do this. And I think it was local. So went after school, tried out the gym, and that's when I met Mark and Rebecca, right? So first I met Mark. Yeah. Mark was, he runs the Fitzroy Lodge amateur boxing gym, but inside he had the community boxing gym where he could obviously raise the fighters from there. And from then on there, that's when I started doing the community work service. As much as I was training and learning to kind of control these emotions of mine, I also kind of learned to just socialize with people, how to kind of like have the confidence to speak to people, you know, because believe it or not, I was actually, although I come across as an extroverted guy, I'm actually an introvert at heart, right? So I'll just be there silent and just watching people. And then when people come up to me and be like, oh, like, just start a conversation with me, I'll be like, okay, like, I felt that validation, like, all right, maybe it's not that bad to kind of just open up to people and just socialize, you know? And then from then on, that's when I started to open up a little bit more, started to be a little more, let's say, energetic because of the sport. And yeah, from there, that's when I just started doing community service and just volunteering to just help out in the gym. And yeah, ever since then, it just escalated to me fighting for
change.
for the change. Love that.
Yeah.
Fighting for the for Fitzroy Lodge, and then carry on doing like the coaching on the side, plus doing school, and that kind of just allowed me to build up the character that I have today, you know. So once that happened, I just knew that how to portray myself in school and how to deal with these, let's say, bullies, and kind of shut things off from there. So yeah,
But you were doing PT at the same time around that time, weren't you?
I started PTing at the age of 16 or 17.
Oh damn, you were young.
Yeah. So again, gaining confidence for that community gym. I also, you remember Giz?
Yeah.
Gizmo. He's also another massive catalyst in this journey of mine, where he constantly said, like, Lewis, you've got a nick for this, and I'm not saying this just to gas you up. I'm not saying this, like, you've got a passion, you've got some special attributes that you can deliver your passion to other people, and it's infectious, right? And because I had a lot of self-doubt with myself, I thought people were just being nice, right? Even though I had so many compliments towards me, I never believed in those compliments. I always, or in my back, that's my own mental boundaries. In my back of my head, I'm like, nah, it can't be, man. It's
Wait,
like,
are you like a self-critique always?
always,
Yeah, you're
always,
like
always.
me.
And that's what stops me from doing a lot of things. A lot of my procrastination comes from like me stopping myself from doing it, not from other people. It's just me overthinking in my head and just being like, maybe it's not going to work, or maybe it is, but then this variable will come in, and all of these things will just mix up and don't make sense, and it just goes then I just end up being like, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, that's my own, let's say, toxic trait, and
Your own demons to face.
my own, yeah, I guess so, yeah, my own demons to kind of like accept and hear out, because I'm also learning to observe my own thoughts as well, kind of like just hear them out.
Self-reflecting.
Yeah, self-reflect on them and just be like, okay, I also have amazing emotional support, aka my girlfriend, my mum, my dad as well, and all these other.
There's one more person.
Huh?
There's one more person.
One.
No, not me. I can say me. Your brother.
I was gonna say brother, but yeah, my brother, and obviously, the people around me within the fitness community that's helped me out a lot. So again, Gizmo was one of them as well. Rebecca Donnelly was one of them. Mark was one of them as well, and they just helped me boost my like confidence to just start, because starting is the hardest part for me, you know. And I've learned that so many times. It's like there's so much mental stuff there that stops you from doing it. But once you start, it's not that bad. I realized it. For example, for PTing, I was working. Like once I finished secondary school and I went to college, I chose subjects that I did art and design.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I should have pursued sports science, right? Because that's something I was passionate about. But because I tried to impress my mom and my dad in getting like let's say a normal desk job, or just like like a normal stable job, to let them not worry about me, right? That pressure was like, okay, like
I need to do this.
I need to do this, and I didn't have enough knowledge or education to be like, I can actually make a career out of fitness, right? I just thought fitness was just something, if you've got the talent for it, you're gonna make it. If you don't, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
That was my head back in the day. And once I went to college and just did some random subjects, and like for the whole 3 years, I was lost, man. I was I was lost. I was like, although I had, let's say, a mediocre talent for art, I learned, the thing I'm grateful for is that I learned the skills of graphic design and how to kind of market myself in that aspect.
You made your logo.
Yeah, I
that.
made my logo, and then that became a blessing in disguise. But then even though that was a blessing in disguise, throughout that journey, I didn't believe in it. Right, I didn't believe in it. I was just like, why am I doing this? I'm just going with the flow, and I'm just like lost, right? And as college was coming in, and everybody was choosing to go uni or take a gap year. Everyone's like, oh yeah, let's go to the same uni so we can do this and that. And I'm just like, nah, man, I don't want to be in debt for doing something that I'm not gonna pursue. You know, it's like, well, what's the point of going? Yes, like. This whole uni lifestyle sounded fun when I was a teenager. That you can go parties, eat pizza, all that shit. That sounded great in my ears. But I was like, but what's the point if I'm not gonna like follow up on the qualification that I need to do?
True.
If I'm not fully invested in it and I'm not interested in it, it's like, what's the point of me putting that burden on myself and being in more debt? You know. So that's when I decided to take up the courage and speaking to my mum. I was like, Mum, I don't want to go uni. She obviously at first she was like, son, think about this, but then thankfully she also saw my side, and she was like, no, let me hear him out first. Like, she was like, he must be saying this for a reason. Like, if he's not interested, why am I gonna force him? My dad, he was like, no, you're gonna go. You're gonna go. It's like, yeah. And I was like, no, it's like, what can I do? This and that. And then she then was like, just follow what you feel like it's right. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. Just follow whatever decision you make. I'm sure you're gonna learn from whatever life throws at you, right? So I was like, cool. I decided to take a gap year. I decided to just work a normal 9-to-5 job from like different agency jobs. And back then, agency jobs, I was doing a lot of labor work. So it's like working for like these table companies, carrying tables from like first floor to like the 6th floor.
Laborers job.
Yeah, man. And I remember they paid like £5.50 an hour.
They were more.
It was crazy. And they say that it's like flexible hours, but let's say if you had like a 8-hour shift, it'll go over to a 10-hour shift.
Is this like a zero that bullshit? Yeah, that's
they worked you to the bone.
That's
and I was working different. I was working like 2 jobs back then. And it was hard, man. That's when I was like, okay, I had a little taste of the
reality of life. Once we leave uni, supposedly that's the shit that happens after uni, but you had it earlier.
That's the shit. And then once I did retail jobs, cafe jobs,
bit of everything,
everything, right? And I was like, okay, when I had managers or bosses kind of telling me what to do in the most disrespectful manner, right? Obviously, don't get me wrong, I had great managers as well. They had like very empathetic managers to like that made me enjoy my job. But then there's other. I started to realize it's not just one manager; it's different people that you have to go around and like kind of put up with them, right?
Yeah.
The moment I kind of felt like, okay, this guy's telling me what to do in the most disrespectful manner with no respect. I felt like he was looking down on me.
Yeah.
I was just like, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I started asking myself. I was like, and I am not coming on to anyone that's doing a 9-to-5. I strongly believe that if you are comfortable with what you're doing and you're happy, you're blessed.
Yeah.
That's it, right? But if you're going to complain and you feel uneasy, I feel like you need to do something about it.
Something ain't right.
That's it. Because that's exactly how I felt. So I was like, if I'm feeling uneasy and I'm not comfortable doing this, yes, I had a stable job, right? Stable 2 jobs. I'm barely getting by. I'm getting back home. I'm tired. I'm not eating well. I'm not eating right. Barely helping my mum pay for the rent. I was just like, no, this is not it.
And you're on a loop.
I'm on a loop, man.
Yeah.
I started waking up with like eye bags here and I looked yellow, unhealthy. I was just like, it was.
You were getting too old too quickly.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
That's exactly what it was. And there's
a turning point.
There's a turning point, and then that's when I was like, I searched up on the internet, and I was like, what? Like, what can you get paid for fitness? Because I didn't know what I believe in. I didn't know what a PT was.
For real.
I didn't know what a PT was. I tell you, when it came down to lack of education on my side, like I didn't know what a PT was. The reason I found out what PT was because through the community, there was a client, a guy that came up to me and he was like, "Hey, do you do PT?" And I was like, "What's that?" I was like,
the thing is, I can already imagine you. I know exactly how you're like. You're like, bro, what?
Yeah.
I
I looked at him and I was like, bro, like I'm holding the pads here with the kids that I was training, and I was like, what is that? And he was like,
what's the abbreviation?
And he was like, well, you kidding, right? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm being serious. Like, it's basically like you train me and I pay you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? So, obviously, I was thinking, so how much do you charge? That's when my excitement, thinking, because I was getting paid £5.25 an hour, I thought
You went for the cheapest rate.
I went for the cheapest rate. I thought, okay, let's do £15, right? And he was like, swear down. Obviously, he tried to kind of play it out, but he was like, yeah, we can do that straight away. And I was like, that was the happiest moment of my life, bro.
But you know why? It's your first paycheck.
It's my first paycheck.
That's what it is.
But that was the happiest moment of my life because I was like, oh my God. I went in, she told my mom, I was like, Mom, guess what? I got paid £15.
What year was this?
I was
2001.
Mate, I remember exactly. I was like 16 or 17 with my first.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was just like, wow, this is amazing. And I remember after every hour session that I trained in, he would pay me in cash £15. And then I was like, cool, this is amazing. Then I went over to at home, searched up, okay, what is a PT? Once I started seeing the average rate of a PT,
Reality kicked in.
I was like, oh. But I wasn't angry because if anything, I was blessed. I was thankful that he got me out of this
That loop.
Yeah. And I was like, I could actually do this for living, right? And although he knew that he was like taking advantage of the price and my inexperience of being a PT, but he knew that there was value in me in the first place, and that just deeped it even deeper. Where it's like, how can I value myself for £15 when I was getting paid £5.25 an hour, right? So I was thinking £5.25 an hour, like on an hourly rate, is what I was worth. That's what hits you there, every single day. That's what I'm worth. Mm-hmm. So whenever it was like, okay, let's boost it up a little £15, I was like, all right, I've boosted up my value just a little bit more. And now that I found that I could value myself even more, I was like, this is incredible. Like, now I can really work on myself, increase my value, and bring value to my clients even better. That's when I started researching. Okay, this is how much it is for the course. That's when the motivation came in. I was like, oh, these two jobs. I wasn't looking at these two jobs thinking, oh, this is dreadful. I was looking at, okay, let's graft for the whole year. Let's use this. Pay for this. Let's save up. I don't care what penny I have left. Let's save up. I remember it was like $3,000 or something like that, or $2,000 for the PT course, and I saved up, and I had to do it. I remember I saved up, but it wasn't enough, and I had to do a loan. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna get this loan, I'm gonna pay it off, and hopefully work for the best. I just took a massive leap of faith, and then once I did the PT course, kid, you know, I hate reading books. I hate reading. I hate studying. But the fact that I was so interested and invested in this project, in the whole theoretical part, I smashed it. I was reading every single book. I was so interested. That's when I realized, okay, I always classified myself as stupid, right? Slow,
I've
right?
been there.
Yeah, I've always been classified that. And I realized that it's not that I'm stupid. It's just that I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Right?
Ooh, I like that one.
It's like I just realized
it doesn't give me the satisfaction of attention I want to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when I really started deepening. I'm like, okay, I'm not stupid. I'm just not interested. So all this studying that I've done in school, I've only, obviously, again, it still falls upon me, but it's the fact that I wasn't interested in those things. That's why I did bad in school. I'm not stupid. It's just whether it's them not making it interesting for me, or it's just like, if I had better interest and more passion towards it, I know I would have aced it.
You just mind blow me a little bit.
No, that's what it is, man. And so all these experiences that I'm deeping, I'm like, okay, the fact that I've got full marks on these tests, doing what I needed to study, is because I am fully invested. I am interested in doing this. Anything else that I failed was because that wasn't my priority. I didn't make it my priority. I was just not interested in it. That's it.
You
So
strengthened your strengths.
that's it. So once I did that, qualified and everything, got the paper, I was like, damn, I'm a full-fledged PT now. It feels great to see that. Then the next leap of faith was, okay, I can't do what I need to. I can't do what I love if I'm stuck doing the other two jobs that
You
I've
need
been.
to make
So
this.
I need to make this full, right? So I thought maybe I could continue doing both, but then I crossed the line when one of the bosses in the agency, the labor job, one of the bosses came up to me and I spoke to him about it. I was like, oh, like I'm actually hoping to like quit this job to pursue
Your
my
career, yeah.
career, right? And he was like, what career? And I was like, why is that your business? And he was like, no, like, I want to know. And I was like, cool, with confidence. I thought he was a cool boss. I was like, oh, I'm going to do PT. And he started laughing. He was like, you're not going to get far. He was like, you're not going to get far. It's like, that's stupid. And when he said that, and I was sitting like we are now, I just had a blank face and I just stared at him and I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, thank you. And he was
That's
like,
all I needed.
yeah, that's what I needed to. That was my confirmation. I was like, this is not it for me. This is why I needed to join. I was like, you know what? I quit on the spot. So, told him, I'm gonna send him the leave notice. You do the paperwork, but I'm done here. So yeah. Then he was like, listen, you're not gonna. And he carried on saying, you're not gonna get far. You're not gonna get far.
For real?
Yeah. He was like, I don't know. It's just I feel like I think he's a very good manipulator in the workers to make them feel like he was very obsessed with this job. Like he loves that job. He loves that job. I remember the first training day, he used to like.
He tried to keep you in.
He
tried to keep you in.
That's exactly it. So I was like, cool, I'm glad that was another weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
The other job was very helpful. It was like, oh, I wish you the best, all of that. It's just great to see the different personalities within these industries. And I was like, cool. Once I had that out of the way, I felt freedom, right? But obviously freedom in doing what I needed to do. But then another reality check was money, right? How do I gain clients?
Every month as well.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
How do I gain clients? And sorry, through Fight for Change again, I carried on volunteering, and I was like, okay, I need to do this. I started my social media, my LJ Fitness social media. The first post I ever made on that social media was the first day I started as a PT. The first day I started as a PT. So if anyone had the time to scroll all the way down and see my first post, my first post was in my back garden, just doing exercises for social media.
Wait, is this the back garden that was constructed to?
Yes, that same back garden.
This is where I come into the story, yo. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Shit.
So as I started doing social media for my PT business, I asked any friend of mine, for whether it's for Fight for Change or from college, I was like, bro, sis, can I train you for free? Can I train you for free? And in exchange, just allow me to record you.
Yeah.
And for the first, let's say, for the first month, I just did pad work with different people, and then I started writing, okay, PT and services, and whether I had let's say exposure or not, I didn't care. All I cared was my portfolio. Yeah. This is portfolio. This is my diary.
Feedback and reviews.
Boom. Feedback reviews. Then I just put in brackets what my client said about me. That's it, right? But I told him to be honest. I was like, if it's shit, let me know. I'll write it down. If I needed to do this, I'll write it down. I just really wanted constructive criticism to make sure that I didn't want this to work in terms of just money. I genuinely wanted to help people. I genuinely wanted to make sure that my PT services will bring value to people's lives, right? Because that's exactly what I bring to the table when it came down to this job. And as the social media started bottling up a little bit more, people started recognizing a lot more, I had my first client, official client, and you'll never guess who it was. Martin.
I know your history,
buddy. Martin. And I'll forever be grateful for Martin. Big shout out to Martin, Eric. He literally threw his faith in me straight from the get-go, right? And I remember because he saw me coaching for Fight for Change. He saw how you remember me, I was always at Fight for Change day in, day out, like from start to end until the very last person leaves the gym. And I would never, ever slow down my work ethic, ever. So the fact that Eric just came up to me, he's like, yo, bro, I just want to lose weight, but I see that you got this energy in you that I feel like you can push me towards my limits. And I was like, let's do it. I remember Kennington Park, every single morning, it could be like cold as fuck, raining, doesn't matter. I did little obstacle courses with him. I did every bit of exercise that I could think of that was fat burning, boxing, and we just stayed consistent no matter what. Even outside of my house, in the basketball court, rain, ladder drills, everything. And I remember I made him do a before and after picture, and he literally lost like a good...
No, he lost a lot of weight.
Man.
I was like, damn.
And that, because of him, because of my first genuine client, and I remember I charged £30 back then. And the moment I charged that rate, and I was scared to charge him that rate. I remember I didn't tell him that, but I was in my head. I was like, "Am I worth £30?" Imagine I started for 15, and then I was like, "Okay, jumping up £5. That is a lot." But I constantly told myself, "No, with the value that I've just learned, I'm worth £30 then." And I was like, "Cool." When he said, "Let's do it," and I was like, "Wow," that just gave me that again confidence boost in validation and in terms of value. I was like, I can do this, right? And once I gave him that result, I was even more happier. Fuck the money. I was happy that I gave him that result. And that's when things just started to blow from there. Like, because of him, I started gaining 2 more clients. I started gaining clients through word of mouth. I started gaining clients through social media. And that's how it just built up from there. That's when I decided to go. And that was the first corporate gym that I've worked for. And that's when I gained even more knowledge. I learned from all the head coaches in the gym. I did a lot of like data collection with different clients. I started to get to know different characters within the gym. I was like, damn, this is hard. I need to exchange my energy with so much powerful and drainful characters. And I was like, how am I going to do this? And then on top of that, the reality of it, I'm going to be straight up, it was PT labor, because the tier system within gyms was...
Is it flawed?
It was crazy. Long story short, let's say you're a tier 1, right? You're charging 70 quid per session, right? And you only get £12, 12, £15 from the 70 quid that you sold. If you're a tier 1. PT.
How would the gym system work exactly? It's like,
if you get 5 tiers,
yeah,
right? If you get a certain amount of clients, you get promoted to tier 2.
Right.
Get a certain amount of clients
to come into the gym and be members.
No, to sign up with you as a PT.
Okay, cool.
Right? So these are numbers that you sign up with, right?
Yeah.
So as you start gaining these clients, you get promoted to this tier.
Okay.
All right, and that's how much you get paid. You don't get paid no matter how high the tier system. I'm not sure if it's changed, but no matter how high the tier system is, you only get paid at least like 20 or 30% of the full.
It's a fixed rate.
It's a fixed rate, right?
You're better off doing freelance.
Yes, so obviously, but that's when it mortified me. I was like, is this the reality of becoming a PT? Again, that is a different world. I went to a different world. I was like, I went to like this fairy tale
corporate side of it.
I went to this fairy tale thing. Oh my God, this is amazing. It's fun. The passion is there. I'm learning from this. But then I went to the corporate side, which is the real business side of things. And I was like, shit, this is now I've come across another brick. I was like, damn, like this is.
I remember this. I remember you going through this.
Yes, and now I'm training clients from Mondays to Sundays non-stop, and I haven't gone home. My second home was basically the gym.
Yeah.
I was sleeping in the staff room in the beanbag, then waking up to train my clients, and then going back to back clients, and doing 40+ hours a week, and I only. Oh God. Every month, I remember this paycheck. When I got my first paycheck, I was working 40+ hours a week as a PT, and my first paycheck was like £300 and something.
Fuck off.
Yeah, man. That was because I was stuck in a tier 1 or tier 2 system. I didn't get enough clients. So that's when I was like, you know what? Again, so imagine, again, it goes back to value, right? So you get sucked into this system where they teach, okay, you're only going to give this much knowledge to this client so they can keep coming back. They're teaching you ways to retain your clients, but limitation of knowledge and values to make sure that you keep bringing in money for the club for years and years and years, right? And I was like, this don't sit right with me, man. I was like, when I train people, I give them everything, right? No bullshit, no sugarcoating. I want to give you everything within that one session, right? And this just didn't sit right with me at all. So I was like, do I continue being a PT? Should I just go back to go to that 9 to 5 job?
Oh shit! Yeah,
I was
questioning yourself.
Yeah, I was questioning myself. That hit me to a point where, because of the pay, I didn't have enough money to eat, didn't have enough money for travel, didn't have money rent again.
It didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. I was just like, man, I thought this was the breaking point for me. This is another brick wall, and I literally went in my room and I was almost about to cry, man. I was like, because I really wanted this to happen, and I sat in solitude and I was like, no, this fire inside me. I was like, there's a reason why you're doing this, LJ. I was like, this is the reason why you're still getting up every morning to do this, right? So remember why you started, right? Goes back to the community sessions. You came in, you saw people smiling, you saw people actually a little timid, let's say something so small, a timid boy comes in, and then at the end of the session, he comes out speaking with 3 friends. That to me is gold, right? So I was like, no, you love this job because you see the change in the positive change in other people's lives. So let's change things around. So I changed things around and I decided to do a 4-week program for 3 different scenarios of people in the gym floors where they want to lose weight, gain muscle, or just stay fit, right? And it was so simple, dead simple. It was like 4-week program to do basic exercises. But I was like, cool, I'm going to give this for free to every single person in the gym. I went up to them because I remember you had to go to the gym floor to speak to people. And there was one time where they're like, they know the deal, right? They know the deal that when a new PT comes up to you, it's because they want to sell. Right?
Yeah.
And I remember I went up to this person.
Hi.
Yeah, I was like, hey, what'd you like? He's like, and then one guy, these are like middle class people, he was like, fuck off.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Fuck off, man.
Yeah, he was like, fuck off. Like, I don't have time for this. He literally said, and I was like,
tough crowd.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tough crowd. I was like, damn. But then I understand them. I understand because I was like, they're not there to chat with them as people. They see them as money banks. They see them as, I need money.
I need your money, yeah.
That's it. Like, so there's no personal, humane connection towards them. So that's why they're gonna treat you like that. So I was like, once I changed the approach, I was like, brother, I'm not here to waste your time.
Yeah.
I literally just grabbed him straight away. I didn't say no bullshit. There's no bullshit. I don't want anything from you. I don't want no money, no sign up, no nothing. I just want to give you a free program and I want to see if it works. You come up to me.
Give me some feedback.
Give me some feedback. If it doesn't work, all good. Give it back to me. I'll give it back to you again. I just want to make sure that this program is there for you because I want to be better as a PT.
Yeah.
Did that with almost they say more than half the people in the gym. I came back from giving so much free programs to let's say half of the people coming to me to sign up for PT, just from the results from seeing that simple program. And not just that, it's the fact that I came up to them to talk to them as
you
actual,
broke that ice. You broke the ice.
That's it, as actual people, because I was asking how's their day going. It's just a simple question, and they led to, man, it's just a hard day at work with my wife, and I'm just like, tell me more about it. And then I became a therapist. Pretty much became a therapist, and just listening to them and validating what they're saying, because I actually took an interest for what they're saying, is what allowed them to be like, you know what, I want to invest in you. Not just as a PT, but as a person that I can open up to make me go through that mental block, to make me work out.
Yeah.
Right. And that's when I started to really know what being not just a PT, but being a coach. Right. Being a coach is once you get to know the client personally and actually go through the route internally rather than externally, you can really tackle what they need to work on. For example, I had sessions where I don't work out. I don't make my client work out. I literally speak to them, and they'll open up and they'll be like, "Right, I needed to let that out of my chest." If I told them, okay, let's do burpees. Imagine burpees, right? Let's do burpees, but then there's some personal shit going on in your head, and I can tell there's something going on. I'm not gonna make you do something when you've got
Your focus is elsewhere. So
so I'll be like, what's wrong? Once you tackle the root of that, and they're like, you know what, I needed to. Even if it's half an hour speaking, the next half an hour we did the actual physical movements. They will feel 20 times better than doing a whole workout doing something that they didn't want to do because they had the mental block there.
That's what happens to like footballers and a lot of athletes.
That's exactly it.
Go through personal stuff, they don't perform right.
That's exactly it. So once that happened, I started gaining all these kinds. I went from tier 2 to tier 5.
Wow.
Yeah. But then they were like, "Oh yeah, great work, LG. Just keep going." I was just like, "No, this is it now." Like I was like,
I need a break.
Now I was like I did my change. I changed the whole thing, and that's when I collected all the clients that I had from Virgin Active, and I brought them with me.
You took them with you.
Yeah, I said I was going, but I didn't force them to come with me. I was like, "Listen, if you still want to train with me, I'm here. Like, this is my address of where I'm going to be training at. You're more than welcome to come." And they would travel far to come to see me only. Even if they had a luxurious gym, they went from a luxurious, let's say, like corporate finesse gym to
spa
street
sauna
gym.
to the street gym to the bricks of the
Do
street.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that, again, to me, the street gym is a community-based gym where they may not have the most like expensive equipments, but they have a good foundational community space there where I can be myself and there's no form of judgment there.
Yeah, everyone is welcome.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you go in there, and now I've built up my client base through, let's say, stealing clients from the corporate gyms.
Yeah.
Right? And then
giving them a real value.
Giving them a real value. And that's kind of like the journey, how it all started, to be honest. Again, this is all experiences where through these stages of life, these experiences are still teaching me. They're still teaching me now.
Trial and error.
This is all trial and error. That's all it is, right? But the most important thing for me, it may sound cliche, it may sound very cringy, but
Here comes the life coach moment.
It's not, but it all comes down to passion, man. I really like. Do you love doing what you're doing? And when you find that you love doing what you're doing, are you willing to sacrifice certain things to make this happen, right? Because it's not some fairy tale thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to do what I love doing and now it's going to be easy because I decided. No. You have to put in the graft. You have to put in the hours, the days to actually make that shit happen. And I'm not going to lie to you, being real, I've been in the best situation ever, but now I'm in a new stage of life right now where now I've left everything again. I'm still trying to find myself at the moment. I'm trying to go take my PT to the online part.
Yeah.
Right? And that's something I'm not used to, man. I'm more of a old school in person.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be with you type of thing. But then I also realized that life is too short as well, man. I need to
live.
I need to live, man. I need to enjoy this the fruits of my labor and give back to my family, my loved ones, and create a life for myself. It was great to be in the trenches, but now I want to work smart rather than hard. Because
as we age,
we start realizing that, right? And once again, I want to big up my girlfriend for this. I know she wasn't expecting.
She's back there, just saying. She's all back there.
But she also broke my barrier of being a workaholic. She broke the barrier of me being a workaholic. I was like.
I think at some point we were all doing.
Yeah. As in, people invite me to go out and I would say no. Yeah. As in, I can't. Like, I'll think about it. It's like it was hard for me to get out of the house because I was just on the grind. That's it. That's all I need to do. And I was thinking, me knowing that my strong suit is my work ethic, I thought maybe I can get through life like that, right? And it's true, you can, but you just need to make sure you balance the work ethic with the smartness and balance it out together, right? So that's the phase that I'm at right now. I'm trying to find the balance with my work ethic and working smart to make something happen where I don't need to be in the trenches, but I can still put in hours of work to make sure that I don't need to work those many hours for the rest of my life.
I hear
You know
you.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, like a lot of things are happening right now in the world, bro. You know this.
Woo.
And there's so many people that's, let's say, friends of mine that's passed away, family members passed away. People are just all of a sudden you don't even know. It's like one day you know them, and one next thing you know you see, getting the news that like tragic news about, I don't know, they're just not here anymore. And that to me is deep, man. It's like next thing you know, God forbid, knock on wood, another close friend of mine passes away, and I didn't get the chance to spend time with him. What? Because I was working. So it's hard. It's hard, especially with this whole government and the inflation going up and all this. I'm not gonna go into politics, but it's just like it's hard to live here. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's true.
But you need to break. There's a way to break through that boundary as well, but it's just gonna take time.
Takes a lot of time and a lot of thinking and effort.
Yes. So again, this is what it is, man. But I have no regrets. Again, this is the journey where it's an ongoing journey of learning, of adapting and growing, and that's what I've learned through just being a coach, just through boxing. That's it.
It's so wonderful to see you grow so much, man.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. I need
there's
talking about me is you as well, man.
Ah,
Come on.
barely doing anything now.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is this, and you're just like filming food.
No, man.
No, you won't have.
I don't mind filming food, but it's like I remember when.
Do you remember? Let me just tell you guys something a little serious. On a serious note, aside from the physical stuff, Lewis is actually my first ever video. He is actually my first ever video, and it was in his back garden. It wasn't.
It was in my back garden.
Yeah, it was in his back garden.
It was in my back garden. You made it look like proper professional.
I look back at it every now and then. I was like, damn. I was shooting it on an iPhone.
Yeah,
remember
but
that?
to me, you know, like I won't bullshit anyone's work. Even, like maybe, like for example, like when I was PTing and training for 30 pounds. Yes, if I look back at it, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I made Eric do those exercises.
Yeah.
Like, the knowledge that I know now compared to the knowledge I knew back then, cool, I can compare. But like in those times, what you were doing is incredible, right? And that is, do you get what I'm saying? And that's what you need to understand. Like once you see
where you
started and what you manifested, the first puzzle that you manifested. Basically, the hard part is to manifest that first piece of the puzzle. Once you manifest that first piece of the puzzle, the other parts will start coming.
Yeah.
And then you create a piece of art.
And it's beautiful just seeing growth.
That's it, man.
And it's still going even now to this day.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm like,
there's never ending. It's never ending. So that's exactly
that's why I
it.
said you're really important to me. The reason why I'm even doing this show, because Patrick's away, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm doing this show because I was just like, I want to interview people who have influenced me in my life.
Okay.
But I'm going backwards. Like I did Ricardo with Ona Bola Ocho.
Right.
Lalo.
Come
on,
yeah.
He's
I loved that, by the
Exactly.
way. Honestly, yeah.
And then you, I was like, oh, you're back.
Ah.
I was like, I need to get you because you are literally like the first person I asked. Just like how you asked Eric.
Yeah.
You're the first person I was like, hey, can I film you?
Yeah,
And
and I
then
was just like,
boom.
yeah, go for
Yeah,
it. And you
doing
just
his
worked
thing.
your magic, and it boosted up from there, man.
Oh, those were magical times.
Yeah,
Magical
bro.
times.
I remember. It was just back guarded.
We're learning.
Yeah, man. But I'm not going to lie. Obviously, looking back at that video, I was like, you made me look like a proper athlete, man.
I think that part of the most exciting thing was the second video. You were training your mum.
Oh, yes.
Dark at night. We had a top light.
Yes.
With that garden part. And then we had this one shot. That's why the in one take.
Yeah, in one take.
I like doing one shots.
Yeah.
So there's this one shot we did with the boxing spar.
Yeah, the spar bar.
And they reshared us.
Yeah,
I
the
remember
actual
that.
spar bar reshared. Yeah. And then like it got so many views.
This
yeah.
is the time when we all get excited when we get shared by bigger profile. And we're like, oh my God.
Yeah. I remember he messaged me, he was like, yo
dude, look at it.
Yeah. I was like, no fucking way.
That was enough for me to be like, I'm gonna go forward.
Go
with this.
forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna go forward.
Sometimes that's what it is. It's just you just need to get started, and I still need to like another thing on this topic as well is like, and I need to knock my head into this as well. Like all these how do you say it?
Well, like self-procrastination or?
So no, all these advices that we're giving out to each other or we're preaching, I need to apply it on myself again. It's so easy to preach, but sometimes you know what to do, but then to apply it to yourself is difficult. I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's like sometimes it's as easy as just fucking do it.
It's easy to say it to others, but harder to say it to yourself.
Yeah. And sometimes I just need a proper, like,
get it together.
just do
Yeah,
man.
just
Just
do
like,
it.
don't think, just do. And sometimes having that fuck it mentality really does help, man. It's like that's how I'm here right now. Having the fuck it mentality to quit my job, having the fuck it mentality to start the PT, having the fuck it mentality to be like, I'm gonna charge this rate, boom, do it. Having the fuck it mentality to, I'm gonna write this program, fuck it mentality to just do it, right? It sounds so simple, but it's hard, but it can be done. Once the hard part is just literally doing that, because like you said, I can imagine when you first started filming, or before you even think about filming, you was having maybe like, is this gonna work?
I had the same situation as you.
Yeah.
In university, I did architecture. I was supposed to be doing fine art.
Right,
man.
yeah. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, and that shit was the most horrible 3 years of my life, but I did it to satisfy my parents. 'Cause
Right.
Obviously, they thought engineering work
Yes.
way better off.
And especially that's what, yeah.
My turning point was when I was, again, leaving architecture, worked in the office for 2 years, hated it, quit it, did the dead-end jobs you do.
Yeah.
And then I saw some guy. I was working in a Mayfair restaurant. It was like a 5-star thing. Like rich people pay $2,000 a year just to access it.
Right.
To access it.
Damn.
Anyway, it's called the Arts Club. And I was a bar back, man, killing myself for like $22K a year. And I was like, this was okay money.
Yeah.
But it was not enough to just suffer yourself 40 hours a week. Like you said. I'm like,
Course,
too much. And then the head bartender wanted to teach, because they have a hierarchy system.
Yeah.
That people need to develop as they go. It's
Yeah.
hospitality, stuff. And I saw a lot of like Italian and French people, Europeans who've studied hospitality.
Yeah.
And they're like, I came here to study. And all that. So I was just like, huh?
Yeah.
I'm here to a paycheck, man.
Yeah.
Like, wait, you like this? You like this? And then the head bartender is like, Juan, let me teach you how to make a blah martini, whatever.
Right.
And he was teaching me the history and stuff, and I could tell just by looking at him when it was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He was telling me the history, and he was like, just look at the color.
Yeah.
You smell.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't care about the drink, but I see passion.
Exactly.
And I was
exactly.
like, where the fuck do I get that?
Yeah.
After that, I took a cigarette break.
Yes.
And I had a very deep, long thought, and I said, okay, I'm going to quit. I quit, joined the gym, and then about a month later, I meet you.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I meet you, and then we started obviously doing the thing, and then that's when I started filming.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's amazing how
Weird.
life works, man, honestly. And it's like, it's not a coincidence, it's meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? Everything's connected like a web, and it's amazing how it just unravels itself on its own.
Oh, 100%. Also, I appreciate the fact we cannot talk for years.
Yeah.
I've been watching you online. Don't you worry.
Man, that's it. I love it, man, because that you just said about the bartender, like speaking in passion as well. It's also understanding, like, a garbage man can love his job to bits. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he could pick up garbage with passion. And he can make another person like, you know what, I want to be a garbage man too. You know what I'm saying? And he could become a CEO of that company type of thing. You know? Yeah, it's like, but that's the thing. When I see, we are in a spoiled generation.
Oh, 100%.
We are in a spoiled generation where we got everything under the whole flipping fingertips of our things, right?
Quick access.
And quick to access. And it's like, we are so, I'm guilty of it myself, but we're so easy to complain about everything, right? And sometimes the thing that really works for me the best when I self-talk in my head is that just list the things you're grateful for, man. It's like, again, we've got a roof over our heads, we've got running water, we've got clean water, we've got a toilet that's working, we got a bed, we got food, we got people that, if you have, like, whether you have people to talk to or not to, you've got yourself, right? And I've noticed that a lot of people, it's very difficult for them to be in solitude and actually appreciate their own company.
Bro.
It's easy for us to say, for example, I enjoy my own company. It's easy for me to say that, but I didn't realize how difficult it was for other people,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
And I feel like for those type of situations where they make up, anyone can make up an excuse for not doing anything. I feel like just take a step back. Same way you said about this, like this whole podcast about you taking a step back to see the root of like how this whole thing started. I feel like everyone should just kind of take this advice and be like, take a massive step back and just realize how blessed you are. Just that's it. Like even if something bad is happening, something so deep can be happening. Let's say, oh, like my rent is due. I might be, I don't know. It could be something so deep, but it's like, okay, I can get out of this situation. I can make something happen, or I can just
don't let situations bundle your head and
that's it.
leave you in the
That's
mindful
it.
spiral.
Again, I'm not saying you can do it easily just like that. But I feel like it's nice to hear it from another person's perspective, or like hear someone else saying, "Be like, okay, cool. Like you can feel not okay, but still just go through it. You know, it's like accept those feelings, but don't disregard them. It's like embrace them, embrace the bad and the good. You know, it's hard to explain, but you know,
I know what you mean.
yeah.
No, but you know what? This is a funny little fact. Just a quick one before. I got about how much minutes have I got left?
Wait.
Free.
Damn, I didn't know.
I know. I was keeping track. You know, funny thing. You know why people call it? Oh, yeah, I need to face my demons.
Right.
Back in the day, like anxiety, depression, all of these kind of mental barriers that we call now,
Yeah.
they used to be referred as demons. That's why the saying goes like that.
Right. Okay.
Crazy. But that was actually, that's what I figured out like a long time ago. That's what it was. I was just like, oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Because it's just a feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just to kind of briefly stroke on the whole career and stuff like that. Because people don't realize the importance of health. Physical health is the same thing as mental health. Like, and also I need to get you to run.
I need you to get me to run, man. You know how much I hate running, but then when I recently started running again to compete. Yeah. Like, oh no, I'm not running now.
Okay.
Like, as in when I was competing, I was running. I hated it, still hated it.
Yeah.
Because I had like these annoying shin spins and knees cracking up. I'm just like, that's probably old age now. Like, but I forgot how great it felt to run, man. Like the after feeling, like I felt fit. I felt like my body needed it. It was like nourishment, you know. But yeah, sorry, that was, you carry on. I don't want to stop you because I need to get back into running with you, man, because I see you've been on it as well.
I've been getting back on it. I want to do a marathon. But I was gonna say, would you ever join me? And there's this one marathon I really want to do. It's probably gonna take 10 years to train for it, but it's the most dangerous, one of the most dangerous marathons to do. It's the Sahara Desert one.
What?
It takes 3 days. Yeah. Not everyone complete it. Not everyone can complete it.
Right.
Like there's always few people that end up dropping out. Basically, you don't let the camel pass you.
Really? You know what? That sounds interesting. I would be down for the experience. I'm not gonna be saying I'll complete it, but I'll be down for the experience. It's just
join me in this journey, my dude.
Man.
So we don't have to go proper jogging, but it is like
even if it's
a
walking,
3-day expedition. Yeah.
Wow, shit.
Oh.
I mean,
on camera, you promise?
You know what? I mean, it's a promise.
I'm gonna shake on it. No, oh, you pinky swear. That's even more vital.
Pinky.
Don't worry, we take it slow. I say you got 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years is
Yeah,
fine.
we'll be like 35 or something.
Yeah. We could do that.
We ain't that young. Hang on, we'll be 40. It'll be fine.
It'll be good,
bro. Man. Thank you for coming in.
No, thank you for inviting me.
I appreciate. Oh, you're going for another handshake. There you go. Wait. So, we wanted to recreate the Predator thing, but this just felt more natural. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
LJ, you've been a pleasure.
Well, Juan, you've been a pleasure for accepting me in your humble container.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell them where it is.
Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding. We're in a ship right now.
We're in Justice League.
Yeah.
HQ.
Oh, one miss is silliness. You want to get some food then?
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go get
curry.
some food. Thank y'all for joining us. Lewis.
Wait, what's your camera? There we go. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure. Wait, is this YouTube?
Yeah, I guess YouTube.
Like,
and
comment, subscribe, and share the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.